Hi, welcome to Turn-Based Besties, a podcast where two grown adults with no free time talk about their favorite RPGs. I'm DJ.
And I am Sam, and we're besties that love to game. So today, another special episode. They're all special episodes.
They're all
Uh,
special.
we will be chatting about the indie, retro style, amazing little cute RPG Quartet.
Yeah, we will. It's an amazing game that if you are following along in chronological order with our episodes, then you'll know the most recent episode was an interview with the composer creator of Quartet. So if you have not yet listened to that, stop what you're doing. Go listen to that episode before you listen to this one. It's required listening. And
It's
then
your
come back.
assignment.
That's your assignment. Go listen to Tyler Muir, us interview him, and then come back to this episode. But before we do that, Sam, I feel like, even though I just saw you, I feel like I haven't talked to you a lot lately. So, how be your life?
It's a life. No, it's a great life. Just craziness with kids, and it got to calm down while we went to Tahoe,
Tahoe.
which was awesome. We went to Lake Tahoe and
Together.
just had a great, exactly, with a lot of friends from college, and just had a grand old time in a cool cabin with the black bears and the water and the
And
lake
the
trout.
boating and the lake trout. Yeah, Sam, you caught
And the
trout and you made
caught trout.
you made trout tacos for all of us. You and Jake made our friend Jake. You guys made fish tacos for us.
Trout two ways, grilled and fried.
They were both great.
It was quite the spread. It was good, and that's when the bears showed up. They knew the lake trout were being cooked.
That is when the bear showed up. He was so cute though.
He was cute. Apparently, they're just like large raccoons that could rip your face off.
Just like large Jimothy's.
Yeah, but when we got back to reality, yeah, all the kiddo stuff. One funny thing that Jay did say is just randomly out of the blue. My 5-year-old Jay just said to Taylor, goes, "Mom, you can call me J Bob if you'd like. Uncle Pepper calls me that, and I kind of like it." So that is Taylor's brother, my brother-in-law, their uncle Pepper. He goes by Pepper. Just made up the nickname and called him J Bob, and he wanted to let us know that we could also call him that because he kind of likes it.
Great. So you have a son named J Bob now. Is it
J-Bob.
J Bob or is it real full name that starts with a J Bob?
No, just J Bob. Yeah,
It's
it is
actually
actually J
J-Bob.
Bob.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm not abbreviating. That's the full made up nickname.
Great. Yeah.
So,
For those of you who may not know, who've been listening for 57 episodes now, Sam's children are not actually named in
yeah,
J and K, but I mean, maybe they are. I mean, actually, they are.
but
That's
we
their
also
government
call
names.
we also call the youngest K though as a short name. So I don't know.
Oh, you do?
We're
That's
giving them a
right.
little bit of anonymity, a little bit of privacy. It's kind of a farce, but we try.
It's the best that we can do before they get their own social media profiles.
And every fifth time I think I say their full name anyway, and we have to edit it out, so it happens.
Easy peas.
But when you got back from Tahoe, what have you been up to?
When I got back, we got back that Sunday at about like 10 p.m. ish, and then the very next morning at 8 a.m. I jumped into teaching opera camp at Seattle Opera for 18, really 20 young students, but two of them were theater production people, so they made our set. So 18 young singers, ages 13 to 17, for 5 days. 5 days that week, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 each day. It was awesome. It was
That
tiring, but
sounds
it was
awesome.
awesome.
How
Yeah,
lucky they were to have you as a camp counselor with all your accolades and coolness.
you're very sweet. Also, my colleague, my co-teacher, Sarah, shout out to her if she listens to this podcast. She is the best co-teacher, co-colleague I could ever ask for. She and I both do the teen vocal studio during the year as well. She's super cool. These kids were awesome, man. Like any kid who wants to sing anything, 13 to 17 during the most awkward years of a human, I'm all for, whether it's pop or musical theater or opera or choir or whatever. Like if they want to use their voice, I'm all for it. These 18 kids were here specifically to sing opera, and I think that's so cool.
That is awesome, and I'm sure they had a blast, and they learned so much about opera.
They learned so much. We did the first four and a half ish, five scenes from an opera. So they did the first half of Act One in basically 4 days because the fifth day was kind of just dress rehearsal. So in 4 days, these kids memorized and staged. We staged for them, but memorized and staged half of an act of an opera. That's really cool.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Good for them and such good experience. And then now, are they going to come see you in like legit opera?
Some of them,
they're just so good too.
some of them, yeah, legit opera. They did legit opera too. Sam. No, they might. You never know. I had some teen vocal studio kids last fall come see me do a recital, so they might. You never know.
They should. They should. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Let's get back to what we're really here to talk about. Not our lives, not our
Ew.
children,
Gross.
not our opera camp,
Ew.
but RPGs.
Yeah, video
Nothing
games.
but RPGs. But anyway, so give us the overview, DJ, of Quartet. If somebody never heard of this, what would you tell them about this little game called Quartet?
I
As
need you to know
threw
that
your
I got
headphones.
so excited and so. I'm back now. My headphones just fell off because you made a reference to butt rock when you said
I did.
nothing but RPGs. And for those of you who want to laugh about something, look up the term butt rock. But we'll talk about that at another time.
So let them know. Let the people know what Quartet is all about. The overview.
Quartet. It is this awesome indie retro style, really love letter to Super Nintendo style turn-based RPGs. It's similar to the Saga games, the Wild Arm games, Live Alive. Some would even compare it to Octopath, where you go through specific scenarios before everyone eventually meets up and creates one big team. The developer and publisher are both Something Classic Games. And the game that we haven't covered, but I've played personally by Something Classic Games, Shadows of Adam, so shout out to that game as well. Platform for Quartet right now is Steam, PC, Mac, Switch, 1 and 2, and soon it's coming to PlayStation 4/PlayStation 5. Its original release date was August 26th, 2025, but this year is when it was released on the Switch. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
That's, you know what? Then that makes me feel confident. Then, since it was released on the Switch this year, I think it's in the running for one of my top games of 2026. Hot take in the middle of the year to say that, I realize. But
I'm going to double check the Switch release date.
yeah, let me know.
April 30th of this year. Yep. So you can do that. I'll allow it.
Thank you, Judge, Jury, Executioner, for allowing that. Yeah,
That's
so
me.
Quartet already in the top running for my top games of 2026. Even Metacritic agrees. It got an 84 out of 100, which is a fantastic score on Metacritic.
Nice.
Yeah, so Sam, why don't you tell our listeners just a little bit about the story and the gameplay?
Yeah, absolutely. So this story follows, similar to kind of an Octopath Traveler, 8 different protagonists. There are 4 major storylines, and they'll all kind of intertwine. The kind of cool phraseology description that they have for the storyline is a series of unlikely train robberies, a mysterious deck of cards, a fleet of deadly airships, an accidental mage. The world's unlikeliest hero manifests tremendous magical power. These stories intertwine in the world of Quartet. Before it is all over, the 8 heroes will uncover how a secret, centuries-old conflict literally reshaped the world. Then they will have their own decision to make about the destiny of magic.
Can I tell you? Can I interject?
You can say.
The twist in this game, and I said this in the previous episode with Tyler, I've played a lot of games, Sam. Arguably more games than you.
Definitely more games than me.
Right? I can kind of see twists coming from a mile away. I did not see the twist. I didn't see it. It totally surprised me.
Well, there you go.
I realized there was going to be a twist, but I couldn't figure out what it was until basically around when it happened. What about you? Did you see the twist? Am I just dumb?
No. I had a bunch of thoughts and theories, and I don't think I got it right. But I liked where they went with it.
Yep.
Well, So the story will keep you there, but how about the gameplay? So it is a turn-based RPG, like you said, love letter kind of to the old school turn-based RPGs. There is some exploration too, I would say. You'll look through the different biomes or areas. You have the cities, caves, dungeons, the usual fare. Very reminiscent of early Final Fantasy, Fantasy Star, Star Ocean, any '90s RPG. I thought it was perfectly placed to loot. You know, I always like to have that little crumb, that little thing that you can find, that treasure chest, so it makes you want to keep looking around. And then I always went the right way, so kind of begrudgingly. I want to go the wrong way to find that secret loot, but I always found myself going the path that they wanted me to go first, like the actual path to the next part of the story in the story. And I don't know how they did that, but good job to all the creators, or bad job because I wanted to go the wrong way. Um, anyway, so the turn-based combat though, you'll have 4 active party members, but 8 in total. Kind of a front row back row setup because you can very easily switch them out.
Hmm.
Your mana or magical skills power is the AP, and you'll regenerate a little bit each turn. And you'll regenerate even more, I believe, if you're in that back row. So if you're not in the actual upfront row. Pretty simple, streamlined gear, but you're always getting new stuff. You're always getting new loot to equip, which I really liked. Every person has a normal basic attack, but then also skills, which are these special attacks or magic attacks that will use that mana, that AP. As you level up, your character will learn additional skills, additional abilities, and really, I liked it a lot because you do have that basic attack, and sometimes you might use that, but the AP is not limiting, and so you can really use your special attacks most of the time if you want to, especially if you're utilizing the switching between back and front so that you can regenerate your AP faster. I thought that there was a nice variety between the character abilities that kind of eventually allowed you to have nice synergies between them as well. Different buffs, different debuffs, they really work together. So I really liked it. It is rather simple compared to a lot of the RPGs I've been playing, but I never found myself wanting. I was always trying something new with the different character combinations and different skills. And so I think for also it being a shorter game, probably 20-ish, 25 hours, I thought that the combat was well paced with the new skills and abilities you would get and deep enough to really keep you interested.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, I would even say that I could have wanted 10 more hours. In fact, I think you and I both could have played 10 more hours doing a couple of in-game bosses or in-game dungeons that I don't think you and I did all of them. I didn't do all of them, at least. Did you?
Not every single one, but I did most everything. Yeah, but not every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, we know you like old school retro games. We know you like pixel art. Tell us what you think of the visuals here in Quartet.
They're so pretty. They are so pretty. So gorgeous color palette. It's 16-bit. Like I said, it's a love letter to the Super Nintendo. The pixel art is super well done. I love that with some of the sprites, when they would make an expression, they would slightly turn to the left or the right, and I thought that was really unique. I've not seen that in this particular style of pixel art before.
Oh
So
yeah, good point.
great job on the folks who illustrated the sprites. The environments are bright and saturated, each having their own distinctive flavor depending on if you're in a cave or a forest or a town or a desolate wasteland. The vibe is very Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger or even Lufia 2, which is a really fun game that you should try at some point. I didn't get all the way through it. Shocker, I didn't finish the game, I know. But shout out to Lufia 2 because that's also a super fun game. Quartet, I say it doesn't just try to mimic the Super Nintendo graphics and vein, rather it tries to refine it with a modern artistic sensibility while also still showcasing that charm that older games had, like the games I just mentioned.
Yeah, and with so many aspects of this game, I mean, you can tell that it was made with love, and I think the art and the pixel art is that way as well.
Yeah, it's so awesome we live in a time where we have folks around ish our age who are smarter than us and can make video games, and they are making them with such intention and care, not just for, millennials like us, but for the younger generation who also might want to experience what older games might have been like or might have played like without feeling like they have to get a relic of a console or to spend $200 or to emulate if folks don't know how to do that. So I love the video game time that we live in right now.
Absolutely. And one of those amazing, super smart creators, Tyler Meir, that you talked about a moment ago, check out the last podcast, was the composer. So tell us about the sounds of Quartet.
Oh, the sounds are so good. Listen, if you all want a detailed review of the music, obviously go listen to the prior episode. But the composer, right? Tyler Meir, big band leader. He's a trumpet player. Incredibly awesome, friendly dude. So please go check out that episode. So what we loved about our convo with Tyler is he mentioned that video game music needs to loop rather than have a very final cadential moment at the end. I'm a learned musician. You're a learned musician too, Sam. We know
Am I?
that you're a great musician. Shut up.
Tune in to the last podcast episode to see who sounds like a learned musician and who sounds like not one.
No, but you really are a good musician. We know what it sounds like when music ends, and Tyler told us, "Hey, actually when you're composing for video games, you have to find a place to quote unquote end the music but also have it seamlessly stream into the beginning of the music again." So I thought that was really interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah. He added so he was it was very enlightening to talk to somebody about how maybe you want to have a certain song or a certain piece for a certain character, but then also you have to think about what's the mood, what's happening in the story, what's happening in that actual scene when you would play it, and does it fit?
Yeah, there are a lot of what I would call leitmotifs, meaning that the character has a set of notes or musical theme that when they're on the screen, the music might play and it jogs in our memory. Oh, this music represents that character. It happens in movies and TV shows and video games all the time. In this particular one, there are over 90 tracks of music, which is insane. That is amazing. Beautiful soundtrack, perfectly atmospheric. You have orchestral tracks, woodwinds, brass. You have a barbershop quartet when vocals happen. And in a game like this, when you're 15 hours into the game and finally you hear some vocals, I just kind of stop and I listen. I thought that was amazing.
That's what you said. Yeah. As a vocalist, I'm sure it hits hard.
It's just really cool to hear, to play a game for 15 plus hours, assume that, okay, I'm not going to hear any voice acting. That's fine. And then all of a sudden you hear voices. It's really cool.
Good point. Yeah, without voice acting, that is it's a big jump. It's very different.
It's really cool. So also like big band tracks that you said work really well in the city. Even a whistler, tune into the previous episode to hear all about whistling in the Western track. An 80s cop drama music, synth bass, rocking battle themes. It has it all. It's so thoughtful and intentional. The themes for each character are partially based on the sound or the color of the instrument and how they reflect the personality of each character. So, for example, a bassoon for Ben. Really great example there, Sam. So,
Yeah.
y'all, if you're not going to play it for how beautiful it looks and how fun it is to play, this is one of those games I can genuinely recommend to play for the music alone.
I would agree. Yeah. Each time, I don't know if there was a track that I didn't think worked and was beautiful. So, totally just at least listen to the music out there. Maybe if this isn't your type of game, you can find his stuff online, and I would recommend doing that.
You know what I'll do actually? In the episode description, I'll link the website so you can listen to all 90 plus tracks.
There you go. Do it. All 90.
All 90 plus.
And shameless plug to the gamer myself that started playing games in adulthood and doesn't always jive with older games. They have plenty of quality of life things in Quartet. They have speed up options. It's easy to save. Great maps. So all the stuff you might like as a persnickety gamer that sometimes doesn't like the older jank.
Older jank.
But also, what else did I love? I like the quality of life. That stuff's good. But some of my favorite aspects, we've talked about so many of them. The music, the visuals are great. I actually liked the rather streamlined combat. One thing I didn't talk about were the pacing. I thought the story pacing and, like I mentioned, the ability pacing, but just kind of the pacing of the game, I always felt like I was moving forward, and I always wanted to see what the next thing that was going on. I always felt this forward momentum that I really enjoyed. And I think they were thoughtful on that too, especially for somebody kind of like us. They thought they made this RPG for adults with jobs is I think something they've said in other interviews, which I appreciate. They're very enjoyable characters. Some were funny, some were very emotional and thought provoking. So I love that. So many things that are best aspects. How about you? What were your favorite aspects, DJ?
I love that it lets you swap in and out characters repeatedly without losing a turn. That's
Yeah,
nice.
it's very quick.
It's great. The visuals and the music I just found really charming. So I mean we're dedicating 2 episodes to this game, so obviously we frickin' love it. I would be shocked if this game doesn't end up in our each of our top 3 at the end of the year. It's just fantastic. So if you like good games, this is a game to play.
There you go. If you like good games, if you like old school turn-based RPGs, if you like games that have fantastic music, if you like similar type games would be the Octopath games, Live Alive, a lot of the retro games that we had mentioned before. I just think it really is. You can see the passion. I was really impressed that this is their second major release for Something Classic Games, right? And that's shocking because it is, I would say, polished and top to bottom, such a solid experience that it's hard for me to believe that it would be their second full release. But that's a testament to how talented they are and how hard they worked on it and all those things, I'm sure.
Incredibly polished. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. So go out there and check it out. Maybe we sound biased or whatever, but I think it stands up. I think if people like those type of games, you'll really love this.
We do. Listen, we're nice. We're nice reviewers, but we're also honest. I do.
Yeah,
if we didn't like the game, then I think we would say, probably. Well, if we didn't like the game, we also probably wouldn't review it, or we would just shit talk it when reviewing other games. to be honest,
Solid point.
That's
Solid
kind
point.
of our vibe.
And during our podcast last time too, we did mention. I said, hey, if they're going to make another one or they're going to make their next game, I would say, yeah, add some more elements to the combat probably. Just because I am somebody that's a tinkerer.
Sure. Yeah. You love to you're a maximizer for sure.
There you go. Yeah. But you know what? I honestly though I wouldn't go back and change this game. I loved it.
I wouldn't either. I think the only thing I would add, and this costs money, so I understand not adding it, would be voice acting.
I wonder how that would have felt. Yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
And it can be one of those games where only some things are voice acted and other things are not. I don't need a game to have every bit of dialogue voice acted. That's not a requirement. True. But that would be cool, but also that means you're paying a lot of voice actors at that point.
Yeah, it's hard.
That increases the budget by a lot.
I do think the voice of each character was there and their characterization, but
For sure.
having some voice acting could have been cool. So anyway, go out there, check it out. Check out our last episode. We love the game Quartet. But what else though, DJ? As we crawl towards the end here, what else are you playing? What other games do you have loaded?
Well, as we are not quite ending summer, but summer is starting its sunset now. I am continuing to play and finish Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. What a ridiculous title.
That is pretty ridiculous. Switch 2 edition?
I don't think there's a Switch. No, right?
I'm kidding.
Switch
All
2
the super
edition.
crazy long titles. Are
Seriously.
like that nowadays.
I'm playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions. It is fantastic. It is fantastic. Yeah. Those of you who have heard me talk about video games for the past couple of years on this podcast know that Sam and I both love an Atlas game. We both are fans, not fanboys, but fans of the SMT/Persona style games. We dig them. We have complaints with them, but we dig them. This, in so many ways, blows Persona out of the water.
Wow, that's a strong statement. And it's under the radar, I would say.
It's under the radar, originally released in 2016, and then got a Switch release in 2020, I believe, maybe 2021. I will do a Convince You episode on this, maybe this year. It's fantastic. It is Say what?
I was just going to say, you already started your Convince Me, argument. You showed it to me at Lake Tahoe, and it looked pretty cool.
That's right, I did. It's awesome. So, once you all go out there and you play and complete the game Quartet, if you're looking for another fun turn-based RPG but has updated modern graphics, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, y'all. And I'm going to do a convince episode. I'm going to make Sam play it. What about you, Sam? What are you playing right now?
I'm chugging along with Trails in the Sky first chapter. Actually, this week, In has played it with me a few times because I listened to the audio in Japanese and then it has the subtitles, and
Yeah.
she's working on her reading, so she'll read the subtitles for us, which is great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I need to finish that, but I've got some time before September, but I will finish that before the second chapter comes out. And then, oops, I took a detour and I started playing some Splatoon Raiders, which, I don't know, IGN called it an action RPG, but I think they're drunk. I do not. I like the game. I don't know how it's like a looter shooter by Nintendo where you spray paint and stuff. And I mean, there's a story. You're playing as a character, but I don't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of cool gear and stuff, but I don't think that qualifies personally.
I mean, you know what?
We welcome all games here.
We're a big tent RPG podcast, so if you could convincingly, even not convincingly, call a game an RPG and you want us to review it, what the hell? Sure, we'll review it. Why not?
We'll see. If we have a crazy wild hair, then maybe I'll do an episode where I'm sure fail to convince DJ to play that game. But it could be fun.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to play that game. It looks like bullshit. Nah, one bit.
You don't want to spray ink and swim around in the ink as a little eel and it's a third-person shooter?
No, throw me in the middle of traffic. No, I'm not interested.
Okay, great. It's going to be an uphill battle. But let them know where they could find this amazing episode where I do not convince you to play Splatoon Raiders.
Right, yeah. So if you all want to hear more episodes, go to any Turn-Based Besties at Instagram. We are on... Actually, I guess we're just on Instagram right now, but you can listen to us Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, literally wherever you get your podcasts. That's where you can listen to us. Check out our YouTube. Check out our TikTok that Sam updates irregularly. That's not a shame. It's just we don't have time. But when you update it, it's great.
Thank you.
It's great.
That sounded shameful. I feel ashamed now.
It did. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh man, he's gonna...
I'll do better.
He's gonna think about this tonight when he goes to
I'm
sleep.
gonna upload 7 TikToks tonight.
Good. Can't wait. It'll be great. Go to our socials, everyone. Let us know your thoughts on Quartet. Go out and play the fucking game. Go buy it right now. What are you doing? Stop listening to this episode. Go buy the game. You can email us comments and questions at turnbasedbesties@gmail.com. Sam, what's our episode release schedule?
Fridays. About every other Friday.
About every other Friday.
Pacific. 10 a.m. Central. 11 a.m. Eastern.
That's true. Yeah. So if you can do math, 8 a.m. Pacific.
I don't know other time zones, but I know those ones.
We do know those. There's Mountain Time also for anyone who's listening to Mountain Time. We didn't forget about you. Don't worry. 9 a.m. for you, babes.
Oh, very good. Yeah. So yeah, let us know or check out the podcast when it's out there. Let us know on our socials what you thought of Quartet when you absolutely play it, because we know you will now. So yeah, check us out. And as we always say on this podcast, DJ, what do we say?
When everything in the world points right, maybe go left and see what you find. Because I'm not Sam, I'm DJ.
And I'm Sam. And this has been another episode of Turn-Based Besties. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.